video anu ndi mwana wanu Nyengo, koma nthawi zambiri mwina anthu sakuziwa bwinobwino. I think mumatenga mumayuza dzina la mwana Manyengo, so anthu amangokuziwani ndi Manyengo, komano today tikuzeni bwinobwino kuti kodi Manyengo ndi ndani bwinobwino, Manyengo amatani apart from mwina kuwaona kuti pa TikTok amapanga ma video ndi mwana wawo. Pali ndi zinthu zina ziti zomwe tingakuziweni nazo ngati niyo Manyengo, kumwina dzina zomwe mmapanga komanso zina.
Okay, chabwino zikoma kwambiri. Ine dzina langa ndinabadwa Manyanani Mwakivinga Nyondo. Nyondo yo libwerapo ndanda mai yanga chifukwa tinabadwa, I was born out of wedlock, so timayuza ku northern region umayuza dzina la mai yako ngati kwa bambo ako suna bwino. Ndikena eventually ndinapita kwa bambo anga, so ndine Manyanani Mwakivinga. Ena mandziwa ngati Manyanani Nyondo, ena mandziwa ngati Manyanani Mwakivinga. Then ndine kwathu ndi machokera kukalonga, koma ndinakwatiwa kulumpi kumene kuli kwa Nyengo kwa Mr. Munthali, amene tinakwatirana zaka zambiri zapitazo. Amwe secretary by profession, koma ndimapanga zinthu ziwiri zitatu zofuna kuthandizira pa profession yanga kuti nthawi ndimagwira ntchito kwa maloya, koma pa July 7 ndinachosedwa ntchito pa zifukwa zina. Ndimachita ma decorations zosiyana-siyana, kuyambira ma birthday, maukwati, zinkhoswe, corporate. Ndinenso MC wa zosiyana-siyana. Amwe Catholic by marriage, nali wa CCB koma nalowa Catholic chifukwa cha bambo a Nyengo amene ndinawasatira ngati mkazi womvera. Ndi zaka 58. Pano ndikukhala kwa Kameza ku New Galiva. Ndagosegulaso kumene Nails Salon, so ndimapanganso sweet malambe, ndimapanga tina nditi tingapo toti ena amachilonera izonse zinde mumakwanitsa bwanji. Yeah, that's it. Ndi ana awiri, Nyengo Zalunji ndi m'bale wake Prince. Prince amakhala ndi abambo ako, Nyengo amakhala ndi ineyo. Ngati mungathe kuona Prince ndi winayo.
Okay.
Ona?
Yeah, that's nice.
Prince ndabeneyo. Yeah, he's 7 years younger than Nyengo. Because of Nyengo's conditions, so nakhala natenga nthawi kuti tikhaleso ni mwana wina timafuna timuyang'anire kaye kuti kodi zikuyenda motani. Yeah, briefly ndinene choncho.
Okay. Tathokoza kwambiri kuti takuziwani. Nthawi zambiri panova sitimafuna kuti ikhale ngati interview, koma timafuna kuti tikhale kuti tikucheza, so mukhale omasuka. Issue imene tabwerera pano ndi ya autism. Inuyo you are a mother kwa mwana amene ali ndi autism. And one thing I would say this, kuti something chomwe chimatisangalatsa about you is ndi azimayi ochepa kapena makolo ochepa amene they are proud makamaka kwa ana amene ali ndi autism. Komano we have seen you posting videos, komanso kwapangamenta anthu ena waphunzitsa nkhani ya autism. Komano mwina choyambirira tikungofuna tiuziwe ulendo wanu okhala ndi mwana amene ndosiyana, tikhoza kunena kuti ndosiyana ndi ana ena chifukwa choti mwana ali ndi autism. Mwina ulendo wanu opanga accept mwana ali ndi autism, ndikuyeneka kuti ndivomereze kuti mwana wanga ndosiyana ndi ana ena. Ulendo wanu so far munawenda otani kuchokera nthawi imene analipo Nyengo? I think mwinaso ndifunsako kuti Nyengo ali ndi zaka zingati. Ulendo umenewo kwa inuyo, ulendo opanga accept unayenda motani mpaka mwina kufikano kumafika nopanopa?
Zikoma kwambiri chifukwa cha funso lanuli. Ikhala ulendo wautali ndi mundimvetserera sichoncho.
Atikumvetsera.
Pa zaka 33 ndio tayenda ulendo wautali, eti ndiye nali kufotokoza kuchiyambi mpaka tafika pano. Mwina ndikamadumpha ndizibwerera mbuyo ndizipita kusukulu. Yeah, Nyengo anabadwa pa 29 May 1993. ku Queens, koma atabadwa sanalire. Nde asanalire paja ine being first child sinadziwe kuti ikhoza kukhala effect, koma after 2 hours ngati mayi oti wayembekezera chinthu for 9 months, wayembekezera mwana 9 months, nde chinali chinango ndi mata munangogaza kulira nafusa anesi, ndi anesi aja anandiuza iwe akuti mayi ako sukoka khutu chonchi eti kunkoka khutu chonchi, nde mwana uja anazalira. Then kukula kwake kumakhala sitimadziwa kuti ndi chani, amakula healthy, wonene pabwino, wokongola mmene alili mpaka pano. Kumapita ku zinandigwera chifoti nazindikira kuti mwana uyu akusiyana ndi anzake, chifoti zimene amapanga iyeyo ndi zimene amapanga anzake amene anabadwa nawo limodzi, zimakhala zinthu zosiyana. Koma bear in mind kuti nthawi imeneyobe kudziko kuno tisakudziwa kuti kuli autism. Nde zinapezeka kuti ndinayamba ano kuyenda ku chipatala, napita ku Queens. Nde ku Queens kuja ananena kuti doctor ina ananena kuti mwanayi ali ndi mutu waukulu, mutu mwake muli madzi, ndafunika shunting, ati ayike zisulo zipaipi amuchotse. Mwina munaonapo ana ena akeso amakhalabe anamabadwa ndi mwina mutu wokulirapobe kwambiri. Nde kena kwa doctor ina anati ayi kumuyeza anaiza kuti ayi mutu ndi size yake si zimenezo ayi, so there's no need for shunting. Kena ko Dr. Boxton ananditumiza ku nthawi imene ndikuti ali 4 years, ananditumiza ku Chancellor College kwa psychiatric, anali Dr. Anna Sandra. Nde tinapita kumene kuja kuti akamuchita assess. Nde tinapita anakhala naye 1 hour, koma kunatuluka ripoti yonena kuti yaitali ya 5 pages, anakhala ngati kuti mwanayu akhala naye mwina zaka zambiri. Ndati mwanayi akuganiza akuchita behave ngati wa 2 years, she's 4 years younger. Nde koma kulibe treatment, but there's nothing we can do. Basi tingopita ku nyumba tizikangomuyang'anira kuti development yake ikhala yotani. Then kukhala amapita ku skulu kukwerani.
Mungu imagai pang'ono, sorry kuti ndikupanga interrupt.
Afika doctor.
Yeah, doctor, welcome on this program. It's been a long time. It's like you abandoned us, but I'm glad that you're here. Thanks for joining.
Yeah, thank you very much. I was in a holiday, a month holiday, so I was off social medias. So it is really nice to be back, and thank you very much.
All right. So firstly, let me introduce you. This is Manyanani Mwakiwinga. She's a mother of a child who has autism. So we are just here having a conversation with her so that she let us know about her acceptance journey, the stigma part, parenting and balancing. So she's just explaining her acceptance journey of having the child. So yeah, as we go, we also have to know certain things from you, as in for you to explain to us what autism is and the like. So for now, we are just having a conversation with the mother. I don't know, it will be up to her for her to mix languages or just speak in English, but whatever is comfortable with her, I think that will be better for her also to be comfortable. So thanks for joining once again.
Yeah, thank you very much. I'm picking a little bit, though I might not understand, but I'm getting the cues. So she can continue with whatever is as comfortable with her. Please
all right,
continue.
thank you. All right. Mukuzawiriza.
You're breaking, doctor. Habari zako? Good afternoon, doctor. Okay. Yeah, so where was I?
You were talking about what the doctors were saying, that she was acting 4 years.
The doctor said that Queen that is her head. Yeah, so the specialist from Chancellor College said she was behaving 4 years younger than her age. So we came home. We tried to send her to school. Then there she was hyperactive now. started being hyperactive. She was biting her friends at school, at nursery school, that is. Even at home, biting me. Then she wasn't speaking clearly because I think her speech was also delayed. So told about a school, a special school in Zimbabwe. So we had to go. I had to take her to Zimbabwe at a special school. Well, she was doing good. She was doing good habitually, not intellectually. At least we could communicate and do some things. But eventually, with the 2006, we withdrew her because of the economy of Zimbabwe. It was hard for us. And then we had separated with the father. So economically, I was also handicapped. So she was home, and then, lucky enough, First Capital Bank sponsored her at Hillview International School. So she was at school there. Then we still didn't know that it was autism. We thought she was bewitched. And then eventually, the other time, we met a certain doctor. That he asked me that, did your daughter cry when at birth? I said, no, this is why she's behaving like this. But they didn't say it was autism. So we have struggled because she messes up herself all the time since she was 12. Then at 12, at 12, I thank God. I accepted a situation like maybe it's a gift from God. God has given me. So there's nothing I can do. Some other people don't have children. They're struggling to have children. But God has given me this one. Of course, she has the problems, intellectual problems. But let me raise her as I can raise any other normal child. Ndi timakhala tasiyana ndi kuti ndi abambo awo, ndi kuti zithandizo zikuvuta with the father, we're having difficulties, problems raising her. So as a mother who is a working mother, having maids at home, it was also a challenge. It's also a challenge up to this time. I now have this one. She's the one who is looking after her. So in short, I accepted. Eventually, just maybe 3-4 years ago, that's when we thought tinamva kuti it's autism. These things is autism. So I said, let me start small groups of parents, especially sensitizing parents with those children with autism, that they shouldn't be locking them in the houses, because these ones are special gifts from God. God trusted us to raise these children. So in short, that's how I accepted, because and through social media, there's another lady from Ghana. I watch her quite a lot. She has helped me to understand more about autism than before. So NYENGO is 33 years, but it's a problem, but it's not a big problem because God trusted us. Yes, so that's it in short.
Thank you so much. Mugamaya, I'll be okay if you are speaking in Kijewa or you are mixing. It's okay. I think where the doctor needs to understand more, I can just always translate. Before we go to the doctor, even though I ask you in English, but it's okay for you to answer in Kijewa or mix, so it's okay. Okay, so now it's been 33 years. Yeah, it's been 33 years. You said, at first you didn't know it's autism. Maybe you thought she has been bewitched. But now, you as a mother accepted that part. But we have people around. We have people who look at you and then they have a lot of things to say. They, they will say a lot of things. They will stigmatize your child. Other kids don't want to play with your child. How have you moved from that side, or how best do you handle that situation whereby people have a lot of things to say, people are judgmental and whatever? How have you moved from that within the 33 years that you've moved with Nyengo?
Yeah, we've gone through that, of course. Like the other time, Nyengo likes playing with stones. She likes playing with stones or playing cards. So the other day, she was trying to, that's about 10 years ago, she was trying to pick small stones. And then the community was like, I overheard a certain lady saying, musaone ngati akutola miyalayo akukawani, like muchizungu ni chani kukawa? I'm the doctor.
God.
Like maybe hello?
Hello, yes, I can hear you.
Amanena kuti muona ngati kuti akutola miyala pamene popo akukawani. Nde ndinawatembenukira, ndinamva chisoni kwambiri, nde ndinayankhula kunena kuti ayi si choncho musatero, nkhani si choncho. So a lot of people in the community think we bewitched her so that we should get rich. That's what a lot of people say. So me knowing the truth, I just ignore that. When we go, maybe we walk around, at least this time, because now Nyengo has been known all over. So when we walk around the community, people like saying, oh, Nyengo, they're happy with her. Those who don't know her, they try to shun away. They think maybe she might hate them or something like that. Even maybe if comes a new one, I'm a Karasonimanta feeling like maybe she might hate him or might hurt her or might beat her. At first, she used to beat her. She used to beat people or other friends or even me. But this time, I think she stopped. She's not more violent. At least she's a little bit calm. So that's it. Usually, I don't take her out to a lot of people because she doesn't like crowd as well. But at church, I sometimes take her so that at least she should get used to church. So when I take to the church, she would pretend like she want to go out and wee. While she's lying, she just doesn't want to be at that place for a longer time because she doesn't sit at the same place for a longer time. So discrimination has been there and is still there for other people who doesn't know Nyengo and those who doesn't understand autism. So I just try to ignore them through social media and what have you. That's what made me to just ignore those people who think maybe we bewitched Nyengo so that we should get rich. So I tell them I'm not rich, so where is the yes, that's it.
Okay.
Koma amanena kuti tinamwera tamulodza kuti tilemere.
Okay, thank you.
Timangoyang'ana danga tipanga bwanji.
Beyond. Okay. One last question before I go to the doctor now. Parenting and also kupanga balance. How do you balance that at the same time you should be there for Nyengo? At the same time, the things that you do, you are a business lady now, you do a lot of things. At the same time, you have to go make money so that you support the children. I know you also said you have a son. I know also, he needs motherly love at the same time. On the other hand, we have Nyengo, and you have to balance the business side as well as the parenting side. On the other hand, you've said it has been difficult for you to find a maid that is always there. I think basically I've been following your TikTok page and Facebook, and most of the time I think on a couple of times I've seen you saying, okay, I had this maid, she's gone, I have this maid, she's gone right now. So with all this happening, how sure are you that maybe, okay, if I bring in this maid, she will be there for my child? Because basically most people go, they leave her. So how do you balance those, even though also to trust the maids that you employ to take care of her? How is the journey so far?
Yeah, okay. I make sure, especially in the morning when we wake up, I should be with her for a longer time. That's why maybe that's when I take those videos to walk around the house and what have you. And when I go out, I have to hide so that I'm going out, because she doesn't. If she knows I'm going out, she'll be on me. On maids, trust. We just work on trust because it's really difficult. I really have to understand them. Trusting is just, you just think everything is okay, but I know behind us a lot happens, because Nyengo wouldn't say whenever I come, because she has her own signs of telling me that here things were not well with me with this one. I know when she was not, something happened to her, I know. And when I asked maybe the maid, she wouldn't accept that maybe I did this and I did that. But I would just tell them that mene akupangira chonchipa ndekuti ana wakhumudwa chinachitika ndi chakuti nde musamapange chakuti nde pamakhala ondimvetsetsa, kumvetsetsana kumakhala kulipo. Ngati lerolo ndinachoka kupita ku chechi, waziyipitsira kwambiri, she messed up herself. Then the maid said she cleaned her. Of course, the gloves were not enough, so she said, I need more gloves. So I said, sorry for this is what is happening to you. I said, no, don't worry, because it's not her wish. If she was an ordinary person, we could have been worried, but with her condition, I can't get worried. So I said, thank you so much. God should bless you. Just this afternoon, we are talking about that with the maid. So with the maids, it's difficult. We just assume everything is okay when we leave them behind. It's not like trusting them 100% to, hey, it's difficult. But we just pray to God that this one maybe should be okay. Every time we pray for the maids, timatha kuwapempherera kuti ambuye azapasa moyo wa chikondi chimodzimodzi, ifenso tikhale chikondi kwa ndani, kwa iwo. Yeah.
All right.
So yeah.
Kwa amene mukungotipanga join kumene pano patidipa lero tikuyeza ndi manyengo machiwinga amene ali ndi mwana wa autism. Komanso at the same time tili ndi doctor all the way from Tanzania. Tikukambirana like I said nkhani ya autism. Tabwera ndi manyengo kuti atiziwiseko pa awareness yokhuza autism. Ana amene ali ndi autism tili nawo ambiri mdziko lino la Malawi, but nthawi zambiri amakumana ndi kusalidwa, komanso anthu amayankhula zinthu zosiyanasiyana. Tinaganiza kuti ndi chinthu cha mtengo wapatali tikhale ndi kholo la mwana amene ali ndi autism kuti atilongosolereko kuti kodi mu njira imeneyi mwana wawo ali ndi zaka 33 ayenda bwanji, komanso kusalidwa komwe mwina ana amene ali ndi autism iwo amathana nazo bwanji, komanso moving forward maplani yawo pa ana amene ali ndi autism mwinanso kwa anthu ena, chifukwa takhati kwaonapo ndithu akuphunzisanso kwa anthu ena mwina amene ali ndi ana amene ali ndi autism. So tikungofunako tiziwe zinthu ngati zimenezozo. So tinachionesesa kuti ndi chinthu cha mtengo wapatali kuti tikhale ndi kholo, at the same time tikhalenso ndi doctor, kuti doctorso atiuzeko kumbali ya chipatala kuti kodi timvesese kwa anthu amene sitimamvesesa. Chifukwa kuti autism yo for me ndikuyesesa kuyang'ana dzina la chichewa likundivuta, right? But then I think adokotala akatipangiranso explain. Okay, I think akuyankhula. Sorry, nakuzimisiyani maipo for nanu, cause
Ati ulumali wa mu ubongo, ulumali wa mu ubongo.
Okay. Ulumali wa mu ubongo.
Samisala koma ndi ulumali wa mu ubongo. Chifukwa anthu ena amati ndamisala koma samisala koma ndi ulumali wa mu ubongo. Nditsegeni.
Zikomo kwambiri kuti mwandikonza on that. Tidi mukhoza ndizimisirako the mic. Ndeti mangofuna no kuti tiziwe kuti kodi ulumali wa mu ubongo ngati Malawi timachilandira bwanji. How best can we, learn to stand down pamene ali ndi ulumali wa mubongo. So mukhale pamene popo kuti as we go timvesese bwinobwino, because we also have a doctor. We would want to know from the doctor's perspective as well as from a mother's perspective, because we have a lot of things that we would like to know. So I think I've asked our mother a couple of questions, but now I would also want to go to the doctor just to understand a few things. So doctor, welcome, like I said. So maybe from your side, there are a couple of things that I really wanted to hear from you. Basically, maybe my question is kind of basic, but perhaps also a most important question, because what I want us to understand now here is what exactly is autism, and also what really causes autism, as well as how does it affect a child. So those are the things that they are kind of basic, but those are also the things that firstly I would want us to shape the conversation with. So maybe you can start by explaining those questions to us. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. I hope you can hear me well, because I'm just in the car. I hope you can hear me well.
Yeah,
Can you
we can hear
confirm
you.
that first? Okay,
We can hear you.
perfect.
Yeah.
So, oh yeah, perfect. Actually, autism is among of the many spectrum disease, we call them spectrum disorders. That means they happen different from one person to another. The way this person might experience it might be different from other people. So it happens in the brain, and in simply ways we can say it affects the way someone interacts with the environment. So the way they speak, the way they perceive, the way you are speaking, the way they communicate, it's different, and the way they interact with other people is very different. And it is personal to them. I usually call them young geniuses. They're usually really smart than most of us, because it's just because they are isolated. They would most of the time they would like to focus on one thing. They would like, for example, a single thing. They'll be interested in a particular thing. They will ask questions. They will mind their business, just as the way as Mama was trying to explain. They will just mind their business. To them, they function that way. But for you, you might think that they are different because you don't understand. I actually, for example, just explain about the example that she gave, that when she takes her to church, and she would pretend as if she wants to go to wee wee, but she just wants to not to sit with other people. That is exactly because she does not understand our environment, our complex things. She does not understand them, and it's not her fault, but they do not make sense on her. I mean, so in that way, she would want to be alone because she also thinks, or he thinks, that you do not understand them. So going back to what causes autism, so there have been different researches and cases that have been studied, but we came to conclusion that it's genetically caused, and this is the biggest factor. So it depends on for example, if you have a child who has autism, it is possible for you to have another child with autism again. But now that also depends with maternal factors. For example, if the mother's age during conception, when you conceived that child, how old were you? If you were a little bit older than 35 years old, then it might happen. And also other environmental factors. There are some few things that can happen during birth and during pregnancy. They can also affect a child. And as she explained, she said at first they thought that she didn't cry. She didn't cry immediately after birth. that can also happen, and we call it asphyxia. That means not enough oxygen gets to child's brain when they are born. So that way it affects the way their brain grows. So in the same way, I need to speak here that it is not parents' fault, and it has nothing to do with the way the parents are bringing their kids. So it has nothing to do with the way the parents do. It just happens from the moment the child is born onward. So what you'll find, simply you'll just find that they have a delayed milestone. The way they are growing will be different from other kids. They will delay to do almost everything. And as I said, because it's a spectral disorder, that means it affects differently. Others, they will just be affected by speech. They won't be speaking well, or they'll be delayed to speak. Others, they will be very smart. You cannot even tell that they are autistic. They'll be very smart and they won't need any help. But others might need our help. So it depends if it is speech, if it is the cognition, if you need to teach them how to do some things. So that is can also depends with type of autism, autistic or autistic disorder that is someone would have. So sometimes I've seen a couple of kids who needed speech therapy, and we have, like, for example, in the hospitals that I work, we have speech therapists who would support the kids on how to talk, on how to do some other things. Depends on they are at different stages of life, and sometimes you need some occupational therapist who will teach the kids on how to do some things. For example, you teach them how to do the daily jobs, for example, getting dressed, how to properly eat, how to manage some stuff. And for example, they would hate sometimes loud noise or bright light. That would explain to our beautiful girl, maybe she didn't like the loud noise at church, so that's why she wanted to go out. So I hope I have explained a little bit of what you have asked me. If I've missed something, kindly tell me.
I think you've really answered in a very good way. I'll also go back to the mother first before I come back to you, because I also want to know a lot from the healthy care side, but then I'll go to the mothers first. Manyengo mwina mango funa tiziweko. Pali zinthu zina zimene like I said koyambirira kuja kunena kuti mumapanga balance bwanji, munandiyankha komano nawo inuyo ndakhala tikukuonani kuti mwakhala mukuyankhula ndithu kwa mtundu wa Malawi talking about our awareness ya autism. Do you have a certain plan kwa ana amene ali ndi autism? Because nthawi zambiri mumayankhula kufuna kuthandiza makolo ena amene ali ndi autism. Mmene mwanenera muja kuti Amalawi ambiri pena timazilumikiza autism ndi ufiti, iyayi the person has been bewitched. Umenewo ndi ufiti, iyayi kwawo amukhwimira. Imeneyo ndi mentality imene timakhala nayo ngati Amalawi komanso maiko ambiri kuno ku Africa. Maplani anu ndi otani, especially kwa ana amene ali ndi autism, mmene mumapangira? Do you have a certain plan moving forward? How best do you think kuti mukhoza kuzipangira handle pa nkhani imeneyo?
Okay, ndimafuna nditakhazikisa ngati group kanene kuti nursery school, poyambirira kuti nursery school, kuti nursery school mayambirira uku kuti anawo ndizachita ku identify, ndizathandizira makolo kwachita identify mwansanga kuti ngati ali ndi vuto, komanso khale ndi mpata oti ndizithandizira makolo explaining to parents about the acceptance of the situation yawo ya mwana, condition yawo ya mwana amene ilili, chifukwa ambiri they lock in their children because maybe they are shy because of the discrimination, the what goes around their community, so they hide their children in homes. not even taking care of them because there's nothing they'll benefit from that child. So I would want to, in fact, I'm already in the process of starting a nursery school, but it will need a lot of things because it will need a professional to help me with that and what have you. But as at now, I'm trying to be with other parents. We have special groups, autism groups that we help parents with those children, like maybe counseling them. Pangono chabe watandizira, helping them to know, because there's maybe if you have seen my post the other time, a certain lady came into my inbox that she want to commit suicide because she had a son 1 month old was born with was born with anabadwa ndi vuto la autism. So she said she should not be able to take that, should better take her life. So I talked to her, I included her into one of our groups. They talked to her, they counseled her, and last Tuesday I was supposed to go and meet her, but because of I had an emergency, I failed to go to visit the mother so that we could talk one-to-one. Because I can even see her status, she says she's tired already. And the child is 1 month old. So I would want to set up a club where I can help mothers, parents, or guardians who are raising these children, or those who can't accept. I should be with them and help them understand the situation.
Okay.
That's not the end.
Okay. Tili pomwepo. Mwina, do you think kuti ku Malawi kunoko awareness makamaka kumbali ya autism tikuipanga mokwanira ngati Malawi, and mwina ngati sitikuipanga mokwanira awareness ya autism, how best can we handle it kuti kukhale awareness yokwanira? I hope and I believe kuti ino awareness yo mwayiyamba kale. So on your side now as a mother, do you think kuti we are doing enough ngati Malawi kupanga awareness ya autism? Ngati tikulephera pena pake, tingapange chani as even as mothers, or also ngati ma partners, husbands, how best can they come together kunena kuti okay, tipange accept, tipange awareness kuti anthu chinthuchi achimvesese bwinobwino? Do you think we have that enough, and how best can we handle it?
Okay, thank you so much for that question. The government is doing, I think, 5%, maybe. I should say they're doing nothing, especially on autism. They're doing nothing because even in the schools, they say they have special teachers in government schools. But let me tell you this, and let me be honest. I'll say this openly. Those teachers become overwhelmed with these children because these children, some of them think of 10 things at a time. So mphunzitsi mmodzi sangakwanitse amakhala overwhelmed nde sizikutheka. So they would with the government to invest a lot into those special needs teachers. They have currently kapaderadera ka incentive kowachita kuti kalimbikitse kuti those teachers should really work hard for these children. Otherwise, government is not doing much about this. As parents, and I thank some other specialists who were together in certain groups of autism, like groups for parents with autism, because we have those parents, and we just registered another one, and I'm one of the directors. It's Hope Beyond Autism. I think maybe you've seen it on Facebook. So we are trying as much as possible parents to come together. So we should make something, and we should make a lot of noise out there so that a lot of people should know about autism. So, we need to have to write proposals, we need to write this and that so that we should get there. But we have just registered it last month. So we are getting there. But the government, I would plead, should invest a lot in these people so that maybe people should be aware, because people, especially in the village, they don't know nothing. They only angogwira nakofiti icho nendiuzeni ngati timagwira ineyo zindikira mtawuni muno kuti kumulodza ndilape machimo timanena kuti apongozi anga ndamene amuloza muzinthu ngati zimenezozo kungofuna kupangisana udani. Kumudzi, in the village, the people there, they don't know anything about autism, and they wouldn't understand up to this day. Even if you go just to Choro, maybe Vumbwe, you know kuti mwana ali ndi autism, but they will think kuti analozedwa agogo awo anamulodza mwanayo, kapena ini yake apakhomopo anamulodza mwanayo akufuna kuti alemere.
All right, tathokoza.
So boma aliyene akuchita invest kwambiri.
All right.
In awareness.
Tili pomwepo timalandira feedback kunena kuti program ya lero
nisanapitirize sukulu za ana opitako autism ziliko zokomera anthu amene for those who have something schools zozaliko, those people are doing good. Amene ana ali ndi kanga chepe kokwanira maskulu ndodula kwambiri amene angathandize ana ngati nyengoyi, koma otherwise zabomazi zikukanika tinene chilungamo zikukanika.
All right. Moving forward, munapempha wana ndi anthu amati the topic is educative and it's really helping a lot. Mungationjezereko some minutes on your time. Is it okay with you?
No problem.
Okay.
Anything, no problem. As long as it's about autism, it's okay. It's okay.
Okay.
I'm here. I have the time.
All right, thank you so much. Doctor, maybe we should also come back to you again. Someone asked that how early can autism be diagnosed? We could just want to know from that side, how early is it diagnosed? And also, are there specific types of autism, or it's just one thing and then it's categorized into certain things, or it's just that there are basically certain types of autism?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Sure. So it's we usually diagnose autism, or say a child is autistic, mainly by 2 years, because we will need to make diagnosis that is not just delayed milestone and it's autistic. So by 2 years, then a parent would have already know that this could be something. Because, for example, just give you an example, by 6 months, we expect a child to start showing smiles or showing joyful expressions. They need to explain by 6 months. But then you'll find that you have a child who is by 6 months, they are not expressive. They don't show any sign. They are not expressive at all. By 9 months, you expect to see your child starting making those bubbling sounds. But the autistic kids will not make the bubbling sound by 9 months. They won't show any smiley. They won't be showing any facial expression like other kids would do. But it is usually delayed. And by 1 year, you expect them to start, like pointing like, I want, there is that, they reaching out if they are seeing something, because by that time they will be already crowing, or some of them will already start moving, but they won't be in movement, they won't be crowing, they won't be pointing or any waving. Then by 1 year and by year and a half, you expect them to start even mentioning a single word. But then autistic kids might not have that. They won't be showing any word by that age. So you will say that now it's a problem. When you expect them by 2 years to start at least speaking, 2 words or 3 words, or putting a meaningful space, for example, mama, come, or something like that, then you might find that the autistic kids, they won't be showing that. And then later on, you just say, okay, then maybe something is wrong. And when they grow older, you'll see them I mean, as I like the way Mama Nyengo explained that they are really, they really need your attention, and they are very overwhelming because they need a particular routine. They need for you, if you are doing something, you need to do that exact thing every day. So that's why the teachers, they will get overwhelmed because they do not play like other kids. They want you to do like the way you were doing it yesterday. You need to do that exactly thing today. If you change the routine, then you confuse them, then they won't be understanding. And because of that, they need a special care and that support that is usually beyond like what other kids would do. I'll just give an example. You expect to see other kids, for example, playing with dolls. Maybe they play pretend. They will be, for example, feeding the dolls or doing some stuff. But if a child is autistic, they won't do that. They can just, for example, just arrange the dolls in colors, or just play with, if they are boys, they'll play just with the tires of the toy. They won't be playing with them like the way other kids would do. So that way, it is different, and they need their support. So you also asked about the types, and uh, I would say it is not really important to know the types, but because they can be confusing a little bit. But medically speaking, we have like 3 types, and I'm sorry, they have we have like Asperger's syndrome. I'm sorry, it is like, I don't like to use jargons and hard words, but what you need to know is some kids who are autistic, they will be affected on language, the way they speak. For example, these with who have Asperger's syndrome, they are affected by language, and they are usually in the middle. They are intelligent, but they will struggle with the social skills. They can't focus, and their interests would be different. But yeah, we put them in that group. But also we have those who we usually say that now this is classical autistic type, and these are the kids who are autistic, because they will be noticed, I mean, more than other people. As I've explained, they'll have delayed speaking, they'll be delayed to speak. They'll have challenges in their social life, to adopt, to talk with other people, to communicate, to fit. It will be a challenge, and they will be doing the repetitive things. As I explained, they want the routine, so they will be doing the repetitive things. And otherwise, you can just put the rest in the not specified group. As I've said, some kids are autistic, but you cannot even tell that they're autistic. It's just they are like very smart people, maybe more than you and me. They think deeply. I would say in anything to them, they usually have a better meaning. I mean, a better meaning of everything. So they would want to understand something deeper and more, not just like as usual, like we used to. We can just, I mean, like the rest of us do. So it is they. I usually call them, they are geniuses, because they have, their mind is so sharp. They understand things. They can get annoyed easily because they understand more. So the more you understand, it's easier for you also to get annoyed more. Yes, back to you.
You've really answered my second question, because I was about to ask that I think from what I've been noticing is that most autistic children are very intelligent, and they can be even more intelligent than someone that we think is normal. So I think you've really answered it.
Yes.
That was about to
Yes.
be
Yes.
my second question. But then again, I think there is a question also. I think that is going to you, that is the violence that sometimes occur then due to frustration of not being understood?
Yeah, you are absolutely right. It's they, if you see that they can't be understood, and in your own, you are trying to understand in your own way, but they have their own way of understanding. So when you don't, they feel like you don't understand them, they will try to go physical, to try to let you understand that I don't want it this way, I want it is that way. So you'll think that it is violence, but no, it is a way of communicating. They're just trying to point you in the right direction, that I don't want this, I want that. So it's not actually the violence, it's the way they communicate.
Okay. Before I go back to Manyengo now, I think I would want us to understand from the healthy care perspective. Regularly, I wouldn't want to take the Western part, because I know basically the Western part, they really understand what autism is all about. So they really take care of people that really have autism. But I would want to take it from the African perspective, that as the healthcare side, on the healthcare side now, how best do we do, maybe to see through that we've really talked into maybe mothers, or just say parents that have kids that have autism. How best do we interact with them, medical support and all that they need? Are we really doing enough on that part? And what are the things that we do to make sure that on the healthcare side we are doing much to help the parents that have kids with autism?
Okay. Yeah, thank you very much. Because I would say Africans, because we have a lot of things that they do happen to us, and not all the time we pay attention to things which happens to a few. Many people, I just start by saying, when Manyengo was explained, she said some people thought that she has used witchcraft, that they have bewitched their kid, so that they get rich. It is the way most of Africans think. When we don't understand something and we don't have explanation, we would put it as a witchcraft, but it's actually not. And even the healthcare system, I would say, I'll just give an example of Tanzania. Tanzania is a huge country, but the ratio of a patient to doctor's ratio is one doctor to 50,000, almost, 50,000 people almost, yeah. And if I put it into perspective, even for doctors who are specialists like I and others, it's even a higher gap. And so that means a lot of people won't be able to reach these doctors and to get the proper care they need. So most of them, they'll just be able to go to the primary health facilities, through which in these primary health facilities they have we call them clinical officers, who most of them are not trained to most of these things. So they won't help the parents, and they are the closest to the community, but they won't help the parents in the way that they are supposed to, because some specialists, who are very few, they now understand these things. And now for the hospitals to put the environment, for example, our in the Western world, even the hospitals, the environment, they're usually really quiet in the wing that they are our autistic client are taken. It's usually really quiet, because they do not want the noise, the beeping of machines and everything. To them, that is a disturbance. So in healthcare wise, the hospitals need to have prepared and understand our friends who are autistic. But unfortunately, in our African environment, the preparations are so low, and even the healthcare professionals who also understand this is probably an autism, it's usually very low, very few people, to the point that many are diagnosed late that they are autistic, and their support is also delayed. But if you go to hospitals, the terminal hospitals, like the hospitals that I work with, the referrals or the zonal hospitals, the big hospitals, then from there you'll have then you have pediatricians, you have speech therapists, you have other people who will do the physiotherapy to the child, and you are able to refer them to help the kids to get the support. If it was a speech delayment, then you teach them on the way they how to communicate. You start talking with the mother first, and usually you have to understand that the mother or the parent usually understand more than you. Even if you're a doctor, you understand the disease, but they understand more than you because, as I said, it is a spectrum disorder. So it is different. So the way their kids are behaving will be different from the other kids. So you will, as healthcare professional, we also need to listen to the needs of the parents. And when we listen to the needs of the parent, we now need to sit with them and form a routine that is beneficial. I mean, for both of them, because the parents are staying with kids. So we need to listen to how their kids behave so that we advise them best on our medical perspective. But they are the usual and they're the hero. They are the really doctors there, the parents. So we just need to help them to put the routine. That is usually the first thing. The next thing, the environment, as I said, the environment has to be calm to the possible possible way. And we, as parents, we need to now teach the parents that they need to focus on the strength of their kids. Usually, like my African mothers, they would, point on my weaknesses and stuff when I'm growing, and but when you have an autistic kid, you need to make sure that you point on their strength. These people, they have the strongest memory, incredible memories. They would remember a lot of things very well, and they're very attentive to details. And because of that, you need to understand that when you are speaking, speak the specifics. Try to understand the subject that they want you to speak, and encourage them that they are doing well. And that is usually the help that will build their confidence more than when you try to conflict. And sometimes when I talk to parents, I usually try to tell them, to talk to them and understand, and as well as advise them that they need to speak these things as they are. For example, we have these hymns and stuff that we talk in our languages. For example, it rains dogs and cats. I mean, an autistic kid cannot understand that, because you have to figure out the way that it is not going as it wants. Just say it straight that things are not going as they are supposed to go. Not it's raining dogs and cats, something like that. So you need to be very specific, and that's all. We just need to say, we usually support a kid on how we found them. If they need speech therapy, if they need encouragement, if they need occupational therapy, we usually do that. But I would agree with the mother that most of our hospitals are not very well prepared for that. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. Kwa amene mungotipanga join kumene pano patidimba kuyeza ndi manyengo komanso a Dr. Daktari Kiganjani all the way from Tanzania, as well as my anyengo from Malawi, tukambira nako nkhani ya autism, makamaka timati ulumali wa mubongo, kufunako kuziwa ziwiri zitatu from a doctor komanso kwa mai amene ali ndi mwana amene ali ndi autism. Then mafuna mwina ndingofunsa funso limodzi limene likupita kwa manyengo. After that, I think we would ngati pali anthu amene mwina I will just give some time mwina kwa anthu atatu awiri, but I will start with Mr. Mwenye, if you have something to say, if you like have something to say on autism, or if you have some words of maybe of encouragement to Manyengo, I would give you the platform to do that. But before we do that, I think I have just one question, because this question now is about, I just want you to go a little bit broad, maga pa mkhani ya parenting. Mmene mumayankhula koyambirira muja mwanenapo kunena kuti kalekale zinthu zina mwina zimene nyengo amapanga panopa anasiya. Mwanenako kunena kuti mwina nthawi ina yake amatha kumenya, nthawi inaso pali zinthu zina zimene amapanga kumano panopa anazisiya. But all that is achitika chifukwa one cha patience yanu, two kumuphunzisa kwanu komanso kudekha. Apart from that, I should say also kuti chikondi ndi kumumvesesa mwana wanu. So if you were at this point kuti mukuyankhula ndi mayi wina wake panopa amene ali ndi mwana amene ali ndi autism, mwenapo kunena kuti pali ena amene akufikirana kunena kuti iya ineyo basi chifukwa kuti ndili ndi mwana autism basi ningochosa moyo, but inuyo mwakhala zaka 33 mukusamalira mwana wanu amene ali wa autism. So kwa lero munakhala kuti mukuyankhula kwa mzimayi wina wake amene ali ndi mwana amene ali ndi vuto la autism, mungamuuze mawu a mtundu wanji for inuyo muli ndi experience ya 33 years?
To my fellow parents and guardians, the only thing, the first and foremost, pray to God to give you wisdom. Mulungu yekha ndamene angakupaseni. It seems like it's simple for me to say this, but it's the truth. Prayer will help you understand, accept, and support your child. Makolo kapena chivomereze kuti ndi mphatso imene uyo monga ndanena kuti ndi mphatso. That's the gift that God has entrusted, that you should know. Muchimvetsetse kuti tipange do what zimene akufuna, zimene angakwaniritse, zimene Yesu angathe kukwanitsa kumunena ndi being well angathe kupanga. Apart from kuti mena akupita ku university, maybe you'd want your child to get married and celebrate ukwati. Muchite understand ndipo muchite support pamene mungathe kukwanitsa. As special children, zinthu zambiriso zimakhala. Ndikuwuzeni abale ndi alongo pano kunena kuti ngati ineyo every day mamawa anthu mulipompo kamera yathawa.
I think network yanu imavuta ndi angoizimisa kamera kuti network.
Okay. Yeah, for example, like me, every morning I cry to God because every morning Nyengo Makauti she has messed up something. We can't be rocking all the doors. She'll go into the fridge, she picks whatever she wants, even nyama and meat nyama yote yosapiga ndo datenga ononga kandi sugar pasula. Every morning I cry, but I cry to God kuti basi what else can we do? Koma zimakhala kuti financially ndoti mukhala kuti zinthu zomwezo mukubwereza so zimakhala zinthu zovuta. Eti mukundimvesesa chimene ndifuna kutanthauza kuti sugar mwagula ndetiyo amuphwasula apita naye pa bedi pawo amukozera ndikuti ameneyo wapita sugar mwina ukagula wina. Kaya ndi mwina nyemba amafuna kuti mwina asewerese ndikuti aziphwasula zikhala paliponse. Ufa mwina utaya pansi mpunga basi apa every morning Nyengo abakhala kuti wapanga china chake chodabwitsa. Nde kungovomereza kuti Ambuye basi zikomo, thank you God for this gift. So makolo anzanga ndikuvomereza kuti chayambirira vomerezani kuti ndi mphatso imene wapanga moyo. Osaganiza zozipa, osaganiza zosunga nyumba, zomulokera chipinda chimodzi kuti azikhala komweko kuti asamakuvutitseni, asamakuonongereni zinthu. Mukondeni basi mwanayo. Chachikulu ndi mphatso imene Ambuye atipasa.
Thank you so much. I think that was emotional, but it was also well spoken. That was Mr. Mwenye Washington. Do you have anything to say pa issue mwetu ukambirana msiku la lero regarding autism? I think I've been seeing your comments, so I said, okay, let me give you a chance to say something.
You know, this is very inspiring and very touching. Chambili, I think it was Manyengo, Omaso Nyengo, for being vulnerable to bring yourselves on this platform and to having kanizani. Fuga ngani nzizi mina nini ya Manyengo. Bola banoba Manyengo anazo verses. Think about Antuma means. Sakudziwa china chilichonse. And ndalemba pamene paneka comment kuti executive director Sedosa, ndi anzanga, andi iwo ali ndi bungwe limene amayang'aniraso ana aulumali wa mubongo. And iwo anayamba because nawonso nali ndi mwana otero, right? I think pali ntchito yayikulu. Ine ndikamaona zinthu ngati zizi, I'm sorry kuti ndimaziona in a political world, right? Ndimaona kuti kodi pamene tikulephera as a country ndi pati. And I think manyengo ayankhula. Anena kuti anafuna kubisa pang'ono, anena kuti aboma likupanga 5%. Koma ukhazitsutsa tinoti ya tinene zona akupanga 0%. You know, it's a responsibility yonena kuti tonse pamodzi, not only awareness ndizi tuchita pano pazi, koma what is the next thing? What is the next thing about Nyengo? Kodi Nyengo apanga bani? So tilimbikitsane. Nyengo ndi munthu ngati wina aliyense kuludini mene tilili pano panthufe. Anthu mene tilili pano pasuti ndife anthu ofanana zochita, sife anthu ofanana mene timaonera zinthu, many timachitira zinthu mosiyana. Koma not because Nyengo akupanga zinthu zosiyana kwambiri ndife ndeti tidule malire. Stigma imene iyi ndi imene timafunika kuti tithetse. And kuthetsa kwa stigma imene, then I'll go back now to the policies. I think the government needs to take the leading role. Ineyo kumene ndi ni nyumba yanga kunoko ku America kunoko, mbali yemwe makhala ino. I think about because I'm going to mean 1 kilometer away from here. Kuli neighborhood yena kumene koko kuli mwana amene ndi autism. But the government, city council, inakayika chizindikiro kunena kuti kunoko kuli mwana wa autism. Sana chule dzina. Koma chimene anayikira chizindikirocho chonena kuti kuli malamulo onena kuti munthu ngati kumedera limejera akuthamangitsa galimoto amalandira ticket, amapita ku court, amazengedwa mlandu. Are we doing this in Malawi? We are not doing it. Kuma skulu tili ndi timati special needs education kunoko. Ana autism amapita ku skulu bwino kukaphunzira. Do we have this set up in Malawi? We don't. Manyengo anena kuti maskulu enawo alipo koma anaika sokoma. Dalama nzochuluka. Even the parents of the kids with autism, they cannot even afford. So, pali role ndithu imene atsogoleri athu, boma lathu, likuyenera kuchita kumadziwa kuti kudziko kuno tili ndi achewa, tili ndi alomwe, tili ndi atumbuka. Tili ndi anthu amene ali normal, but so we have kids with special needs. And the onsewa tiapange cover. And what do we need to do? Ngati zimene tikuapangira amwenya apita ku skulu ya boma iyi, kudina ngana autism apita ku skulu yotani. And another thing, I think it's on the responsibility ya Minister of Health. Sorry, ndaninakali kuti ndikamaona zinthuzi nimaziona very politically. Nimaona ngati kuti ma systems athu tikuyenera ati apange improve. Koma Ministry of Health, it is on the responsibility ya mbiri. And the doctor here said, I think in Napakaso post in the comment, I said, ma area identification yacha, ma assessments yacha. If we start doing those kuchokera kuzipata, even in those remote areas, mwana akangobadwa, tikupanga ma assessments amenaji. And I'm going to tell you this. Dini mwana pano pa wang'ono, ali ndi miezi 4. Anayamba kukhala, and awayamba kuyenda, not kuyenda, kukwawa, akuyamba kukwawa nkumakwa. Koma, every month we have a hospital visit. Yoga ngona development ya mwana kuti kodi kwenda banje. Tikoza kunena kuti ayikumeko nkolemera zimakhala choncho. No, but these are the basic necessities that we need, even in our country. Ngakhale kumamidzi kuja. Ma assessments amenewa azitika, because once we identify for how early can you diagnose? Once we identify this, then we know exactly kuti kodi route imene titatenge it. And finally, ndinene support kwa makolo amene ali ndi ana, amene ali ndi umali. This is very, very important. Listen to what Manyengo said. Nyengo, that's normal life kwa ye. Akati ngampunga ataya. Akusewera. In fact, because Olympic saso zinaweza, because antu akumudaya anzake kunjako safuna asewere naye. This is the only thing zimene Nyengo akathiopanga akaseweresa nyimbo atayi. Koma while doing that, think about the burden to the family, the support. So the government, our leaders, we're supposed to come ndikupanga cover so ideas ngati amene achoti kodi tingapanga support bwanji anzathu amene ali mudera mene timapangira support kuti mzimayi wabereka ana atatu matriplets. We need that support. So pepani ndayankhula mwandale koma I think there is a lot more that we need to do and to support. Nyengo ndi mwana ndi munthu ngati ena tonse, and we need to include Nyengo and the people, other kids like Nyengo kuti akhale nafe chimuzimozi. Zikomo kwambiri.
Thank you so much. Mwina deep impact some 4 people. If you have maybe some words of kuri or encouragement, maybe mwaimva nkhani mene Manyengo ayankhulira, maybe you might have some words to say to her, giving you a chance. You can just open your mic and then, talk to her. I'll be giving you some little 2 minutes and then we move from there. Thank you.
I can start if no one is
okay.
ready.
Okay.
First of all, just wanted to say thank you to Maya Nyengo for Bwera Kuzati Kambira. I think unless we have someone close, we are not educated enough on that matter. So thank you for educating us, as well being open enough about Nyengo. And what you're doing is teaching a lot of us. It's helping us understand more. It's not only helping us understand what autism is, what it's like to live with someone with autism. So thank you for sharing all that information. And I just want to thank the doctor as well for coming to give us the medical side of it. I think it's always important in these kinds of discussion, Kukandi side, yeah, someone living with it, as well as the medical side of it as well. So thank you for that. I just wanted to ask Maya Nyengo, with everything that you have explained, I know you're doing my campaign, as you mentioned earlier. Kwa Antoina family tamvirale rolo, how can we support you and Nyengo and what you're doing?
Microphone ndozi opanga mupange place pa microphone ndozi.
Honestly ndimachita manyazi kuti mungandichite support bwanji chifukwa anthu amayamba kunena kuti ayamba kupemphatu mwaona kutengerapo mwayi pa mwana wa ulumali uja kuti azipemphesa. Andi mukati muonesese ma videos anga mwina ngati munaonapo sinimapemphayi koma ndimadusabe mu zinthu zambirimbiri zomwe zingafune kuti tithandisirepo popitisa patsogolo awareness nde
Okay, I think I think the best
kuopa kunenedwa kunena kuti ndayamba kupempha ku TikTok.
Okay, but then I think the best way from my side to answer that is maybe if you really want to talk to Manyengo, if there are certain things that you can just go behind the closed bars. You can just go behind the closed bars. I think her door is always open. You can talk
please.
to her.
Panopo ndimafuna ndiendere uja ndanena uja nde ndikutali kuchiladzulu nalephera transport inandiperewera kuti ndipiteko nango ndati apa zifuka sina nalephera koma I really need to go to her koma nanga transport ndiyipesa kuti ndikafike kumeneko I'm jobless chani. So zipo zambiri tiyankhulane kuseri ndimachita manyazi kupempha pakulu.
Thanks. I think there you have answered mwamwate yankhabe, and I'm sure zoti sikuna sine ndekha amene wakhuzidwa but takhala palantwina so musi mu makomenti oti kuza ndikumvesaniso point yanuyo. I think kumala kunakhala kunja kuno anthu ambiri they are open enough makampeni amene umupanga to go out kuti no, we need funding, we need this help. Koma kumalawi I think pali issue imeneyo noti anthu ayamba kunena izi koma I think you should be open enough. Anthu amene akumvesesa wouldn't judge, and personally I wouldn't judge. If someone is understanding, definitely they shouldn't be if they're
Chabwino.
judging they don't understand the situation in sana mvese zonse zimene mwanena apapazi if anyone comes to say kuti yeah kamba kupempha chanchani ndeti sana mvese chinicho chimene mwayankhula anthu otero they need more education. I would say that, but I'll reach out to you. Ndakupanga ni follow nde I'll reach out to you personally.
Yeah, thank you so much, my darling.
Thank you. Do we have anyone on the box amene mwina akufuna atayankhulako? If not, let me try. Edna, okay. Edna, are you there? Okay. I think help me with dropping one person. I want you to invite Timmy on the box. I think he has some things to say. So you can help me with dropping one person. Yeah. Thank you.
No,
it's okay. It's okay, Timmy. You can you actually we were waiting for you, but then I think the timing. But so yeah, I might give you some 3 minutes. You can say whatever you really wanted to say. So you can request. Okay. Timmy, mwaswera bwanji?
Ndasabuna ino ndipepese
That's right.
kulinde
It's okay.
ndapeza zokutaita apa
Yeah.
ndipepese ndithu maika nyengo ndithu I didn't hear her side of the story, everything I didn't hear anything. Ndibwera kumene I had a client, so they just arrived from holiday yesterday. Then nimaeneka kuti ndipite ndikamuone client ameneyo, so ndipepese ndithu. But I think I'm hoping maybe next time mena yeah, tikaza kaso ndi majeza ngati amene wawa I'll try to be on time. But
Okay.
I've just followed, sinapange follow kwambiri because nangobwera becha kumene, but ndikuona ngati kuti mwina manyengo mwina apanga share her experience with the child. I hope she's your biological child. Is she your biological child? Okay. Then Mwina, for 3 minutes that I've been given, I will just be very quick. I'm actually a specialist. I work, I'm a teacher for special needs at Phoenix International Primary School. So I work with learning support, but I teach mathematics with these kids with learning difficulties, especially. I'm in spectrum. So I'll just put it in spectrum because it's a broader thing. Muntuma ana autism ali magulu. So experience ya magulu so imakhala siyana according ndi ana also menali imakhayo siyana. So zimatengera so ndi level ya mwanayo so kuti spectrum yake ndiyotani, mild, something like that. So ndimakhala ndikamayang'ana kumalawi kunoko ndimakhala munthu okhuzika kwambiri ndikamaona kuti the government doesn't take much part, especially mwina ku ministry. Kumatuluka ndithu zinthu. I've worked with some of the people, some members that ali ku ministry. Oti it has taken us mina kwa zaka zambiri pofika pona kuti Queens now they are able to diagnose, I think, autism. Now they have started. I think they started last year. Kunabwera, I think, a doctor. If mwina mutakhala kuti mwina you have visited that department also, they might also help kwa anthu ena ndi ena. So yeah, Manyengo, I don't know if you have seen me my autism awareness. I don't know. This year last Mubange Krikogen Mike.
Yes, last time tinali limodzi ku Phoenix konko havina yake last of last year.
Yeah,
I think. Then Yaba Shoprite, were you there? Or
yes,
Queens?
Yaba Shoprite. Yeah, for this year, yes.
This year they sit na bangetu.
Yeah, I mean last year. Yeah,
last
that's
year
what I did.
Yes.
Okay.
Dinasowa drama this year, but we just went quiet. But it's an everyday thing. tikapeza ndalama guru kwathuko tikhoza kupangapo kuyambapo mumamizimu koma tinasowa poyambira literally we didn't have anything so we didn't do pa April paja.
Oh yes, pa
Yeah,
April kunangokhala
I think
zili, I saw
koma
that.
mwina sina decide nobwino.
Yeah, maga yeah, ndinapanga di follow anthu anangokhala chete and everything, and also ma school so sanapangepo chanjani alisa nangopanga
Ayi.
ma school mwawo.
Yes,
But
yes.
ineyo ndingofuna mwina ningokulimbikisani kuti I know it's very hard for a parent to go through that from the beginning. Anthu ambiri ena mwina amakhala kumagiva ndimakumana nawo ma parent, and actually when I'm doing the parent counseling ndi ma parent ochepa amene amatenga nthawi yawo ndikumvesesa kuti I think mwana wanga ali muchimene chichi is passing through all this, but there is a good side. It's actually a very good experience to have an autistic child. And Manyengo, you might you might agree with me. It's a very good experience. Honestly, Diana oti ndosangalasa, to be honest. We have a lot of my examples ambiri. Onazoti there are people that chimene chimavuta kwambiri parent amaluza focus kuti mwana wanga azakwanisa upanga zakuti, you know, everyone akamaganizira mwana wake umaganizira kuti aini mwana wanga ndimafuna azakhalika doctor azapange mau. A lot of doctors and who spectrum autism. We have a lot of innovators that are autistic. An autistic child is he or she is a very smart child. So si anaona zona kuti uzayanganira pansi, they can do more kwa mwana wina aliyense wodwa normal, and iweso ndikumada bwasona zona kuti how come akupanga zinthu izizi. There are a lot of videos there on the YouTube, a lot of videos on the internet zomwe amapanga ana autism. And ineyo even on my class ndimalimbikisa anaja even my parent kuti you know what, you need to find chinthu chimene amachikonda mwana ameneyi, chinthu chimene amachikonda develop on that, make sure kuti chinthucho azichipangapanga, akamachipangapanga it becomes his hobby, amapeza zona kuti they got different type of skills. Yet so I think in short for today, let me just share that, and also let me just say thanks to TDBA for all this initiative. Timango kumana kwina kuti kamakambiana zandalis. Komano this was actually a very good initiative. I really wanted to be part of this. Thank you so much, Manyengo. Keep it up. I will text you quick inbox. Maybe we might have a little bit share or something. Thank you.
Yeah, okay, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Timmy. Mwina, before now that we are coming kumapeto kwa program yathu ya lero, maybe let's just have some remarks, some closing remarks. Kuyambirira tiyamba ndi Daktari Kiganjani. Maybe we should have some closing remarks and then we go to Manyengo. So yes, Doctor, the floor is yours.
I hope you were talking about the closing remarks, right?
Yes.
Yeah, soon I'll be fluent as well to speak the language. Yeah,
I will be teaching you.
Thank you. I would really personally like to thank you, the TDBA and the host. This was very, very important, and we need more topics like this. And you'll see everyone who has joined, the people who want to understand more, because there are a lot of rubbish out there in the social media. But coming here and getting the best experience from the mother herself, and I thank you so much for showing and giving us your story and being there to help other people understand, because sometimes we need to see through mother's eye or someone who has experienced it to be able to understand and help the rest of the world to understand these things. So thank you very much also for coming and for sharing your story. And to the host, I'm looking forward to more session, not just session. I mean, this should not just be the end. I'll just give an example. Manyengo just sometimes she just needs her own time. For example, she would want, for example, to go on a vacation or to rest even for a few days. but it can be hard. I didn't understand the language, but I think she was saying maybe the child would wake up and sometimes would take meat from the fridge, which is raw, take sugar or something. I think I understood something like that. So what it meant is she's constantly looking for the child on her own or maybe with a maid. So I would just want people, instead of even just saying maybe offer some money or something, we can, if she lives nearby you or you know her, sometimes you can take her out, even if just a weekend, help her. You go there and stay with Nyengo, and then maybe she can just get even a rest, even a single day, just a rest, just to be herself, and stay there and just for a moment take a breath and be herself. She needs that. So I would definitely request all of us here, if you are living nearby, kindly support her, support her, even just be there for a few minutes, help her take the load that she's having. If she was nearby, I would do that, and God will bless you. I'm not just saying because maybe we are doctors, but God will bless you. It's not easy, but it is manageable, but it's not easy. So thank you very much for putting this awareness. Please let's support her. Let's communicate if she's around, and maybe we'll also need to have our contacts. You might be having a little amount of money that to you is little, but to her will mean the world, maybe even to help the maids or to get the support that she needs. So I would kindly ask anyone here who has connected to help Manyengo and the child in just the moral support. She needs that a lot more than anything. And all in all, we are available as Dr. Kiganjani and other people. I'm available in case you would need some support, because what we do to help is usually symptomatically. If there is something that you would think maybe you need help, maybe it's not possible in Malawi and maybe it's possible in Tanzania, or if you come here at any moment, kindly please connect. I would really like to offer our part as well. So thank you very much to the TIDBA, and we are looking forward for more sessions that are live and connect both people in this manner. And thank you very much for having me.
Thank you so much, Doctor. I think you are always appreciated. So thank you also for your input. Manyengo mwina tisanaseke tibangofunako mwina muyankhuleko mwina mawu omaliza on this program. I know after this we will always keep in touch, komano mwina on this program, if you have words ena amene mwina mumafuna munene just to close the program, mwina mukhoza kuyankhulako. Mwina ndingo, are you okay? Nditseke kamera? Okay.
It's becoming emotional, but I'll pull up myself. Only thing I can ndikuchiveninga pemphe kwa nonse chiona kuti muzitipempherera, azitipempherera anthufe timadusa muzinthu zovuta. Ngati apapa ndi auseit ndili pa gawo lopemphera, mpempha Mulungu kuti siku lina Ambuye azamusuke brain yake mwana wanga, azakhale ngati anthu mmene amakhalira anthu ena. Ndili pa gawo amasiku 21 kuti kupemphera mwana wanga kuti Ambuye siku lina lake ndokutha, ngati anadzutsa Lazaro okufa, alephera bwanji kutsuka mwana wanga brain yake kuti azipanga zinthu mmene amapangira anthu ena. Ndipo ndikukhulupirira, I have faith God will help me clean my daughter's brain and letha kuti azachita behave mmene amachitira behave anthu onse. Ndi chomalizira kuti thandizeni kupemphera kuti Ambuye andithandize amuchape mwana wanga brain yake kuti naye akhale ngati anthu ena, ngati mwakufuna kwake Mulungu, ngati zili chonchobe pakalekale ndikupempha azindipasa mphamvu ndi nzeru zina zapadera ndi chuma chokwanira kuti ndimusamalire mwana wanga, chifukwa amafuna zinthu zabwino zoti ndithe kumusamalira mwana wanga. Nthawi zonse timachapa deire, timachapa zoyipa zake deire, kaya wayipirira pamucheni deire, ndikufunika zinthu zava Ambuye azitipasa zimene zonse. Koma chachikulu thandizeni kupemphera kuti Ambuye amuchape mwanayi brain yake ngati kotheka, kakhala kosatheka it's okay, ndi say gift God give me timuyang'anira. Wa makolo ena amene akulera ana ngati amenewa, tiyeni timasuleni, muzicheza ndi anzanu, muziyankhulana ndi anzanu, ndi anzathu, ine muzindifikira zikuthandizani koni, tizilirira limodzi, kukakhala kolira tizilirira limodzi kutontozana kumapitirira ulendo wawo. Thank you very much doctor for whatever you've said. God bless you. The mawambiri panopa I'm becoming emotional. I don't have much to say. Thank you so much for inviting me to be the guest on this program. Thank you.
Zikomo kwambiri. Just also ndisanapereke mwinaso mau omaliza kuti tiseke program yathu. She's also a business lady, like she said. Kuti she stopped working, so she's also a business lady. So basically, if you stay around Blantyre, Kameza, she does nails, she's also an MC, she does a lot of things, she's a talented woman. I think also the other way to support her is also, to support the businesses. Ndisana mwina ndisana fike po tseka the program, ndipereke mpata kwa Titi kuti atiyankhuleko. Yeah.
Thank you so much. That was.
Okay, Zikomo kwambiri. That is the end of our today's program here on TD Bar. We had Manyanani Mwakiwinga, Manyengo, and also DACTARI KIGANJANI all the way from Tanzania. We had a conversation whereby we were talking about autism. Know that autism is not a disease. It's just a person being born different. I am a person. I cannot be similar to some other person. We are always different. Our reasoning, it will always be different. So autism is not a sickness. Rather, it's just a child or a person who has a different kind of thinking rather than mine. So we have people in the communities. We have autistic children or autistic parents. Let's take care of them. They say if you take care of another person's child, you are also taking care of your own child. So let's be united in this fight. Let's also, talk to Manyengo. She needs the support. She got emotional. She's also a person, sometimes she goes astray, but the best thing we can do is to be there for one another, not just to Manyengo. There are other women out there also who have autistic children. You see one and you have the capabilities to talk to them. Let's also, go to those and also offer our support to them. Up until next time, it was a conversation here on TD Bar. You can go and follow our Facebook page as well as subscribe to our YouTube channel. I am your host, the Liberal Lens. And up until next time, see you.